And welcome to episode 33 of the Dreamhills 2 podcast. And the news this week, some buses to Corvera, they've been announced. There's also going to be residents are going to be standing for the council. And the British population is on the slide apparently in the Orihuela Costa area. So first off, buses to Corvera. There's going to be a total of 4 different bus routes which will operate to and from Corvera Airport starting on January the 15th when flights are supposed to start running. The lines will be Corvera Airport to Murcia City, Corvera Airport to Cartagena, Corvera Airport to San Pedro, San Javier and Corvera Airport to Gulf Resorts and Los Alcaceres. The bus schedules are to be linked to the flight times and may change depending on the demand. According to the spokeswoman, a total of 48 return trips each day are scheduled initially, and the price depends on the destination. She admitted that no services will be available to Pilar de Horadada, Orihuela Costa or Torrevieja, even though these towns are home to large expat communities. The bus service will be put out to tender in the coming days. The spokeswoman also said that taxis and car hire will also be available at the airport. Now, as I said before, Corvera Airport, I think, if it wanted to serve the people up in our area, would have to have had bus services from there to the Torrevieja at least anyway, much like they do from Alicante. So, as I say, I can't see many people from our area flying into Corvera Airport, as there will be no bus service directly to Torrevieja. They would have to either go into Cartagena and go from there, and also maybe to San Javier and go from there. Both ideas, I think, are a non-starter anyway. I don't know what you think. As I said, I don't think most people will actually fly into Corvera to come into our area. On to the next page, on to the next story that we've got. And this is about a bridge scheme given the green light. I don't know if you remember, but a few months back there was a bit of a to-do about the bridge going over the AP7. Well, the Ministry for the Public Works has approved the feasibility study for the project to widen the narrow bridge, which goes from Lomas de Cabo Roy to Aquamarina in Orihuela Costa, which goes over the AP7 motorway. Now, this is crucial to start drawing up the engineering plans and then put the project out to tender. Residents who have to risk their lives crossing the bridge on foot or by bicycle have been calling for the improvements for many years. Orihuela Mayor Emiliano Basquinana said that the council will ask construction company Urbana San Miguel, which should have built the bridge more than 10 years ago, to start the project. He said the company have been given 15 days to reply. If the builder refuses to carry out the works, the council will use their own bank guarantee to fund the works. However, the construction company was asked more than 2 years ago to start the procedure, and in March the local Department for Town Planning told Costa Blanca News that the council would use the 1.2 million bank guarantee and had taken over the scheme. The spokesman for the Federation of Residents Association for Orihuela Costa said the ministry's decision was good news, but hit out at the council for the lengthy delay. He said that we are in the same situation as 3.5 years ago, but now we have the go-ahead of the ministry, he said. He also noted that it is unlikely the engineering plans can be completed before 2020. The bridge itself links up residential areas at Lomas de Cabo Roy to services and amenities on the other side of the motorway. Moreover, a large shopping centre is set to be inaugurated soon nearby, which is expected to increase the amount of traffic in the area. The narrow bridge has no pavement, hard shoulder or street lights. Now, this is quite dangerous for any pedestrians or cyclists that go across this one. But as they've been saying, it's been going on now for quite a few years. Let's see whether it gets moves any nearer to completion, shall we? On to the next news. The residents are to stand for council, apparently. What it is residents of the different nationalities have joined forces in Orihuela Costa to launch an electoral group for the upcoming elections in May. They say they will fight for the investments, services and projects which are desperately needed in Orihuela Costa. Named Agrupación Electoral Orihuela Costa, it is not a political party and by law is not allowed to have any relationship with an existing party. An AE is a legal and alternative way for residents who are entitled to vote to run for election. According to the law, such a formation can only be set up to run for a specific election and it has to be supported by at least 1,500 residents who have registered their right to vote via the electoral register. Coordinator of the AE Orihuela Costa, Ivan Perez, told Costa Blanca News that members have talked about the project to around 300 residents and a specific campaign will be launched next year to get the support they need by law. The AE Orihuela Costa is made up of Spanish, British, Belgian, Scandinavian and German residents and is a reflection of the multicultural community of Orihuela Costa. Some of them are members of residents' associations and charities, others are retired and others have small businesses in Orihuela Costa, and they are all committed to spending their free time on this project to improve the place that they live in. Their proposals are based on common sense and have no political interests because they are tired of broken political promises. Senor Perez pointed out that Orihuela Costa needs an emergency services centre, a second health centre, proper bus services, a cultural centre, proper fiestas and cultural activities, proper basic services and a balanced budget and investment plan. Their aim is to unite the whole of Orihuela Costa and to achieve a direct, effective representation in the town hall. Hopefully that will come into fruition. It would be nice to have actually residents maybe on the local elections and in the councils there. Whether it will make any difference or not, I don't really know. But hopefully we'll see some fruition in that one there as well. There's going to be a taxi bylaw in the offing. I don't really remember, a while ago they were talking about having joint taxis, especially for the summer period, as there's never really enough taxis to go round. So there's a new bylaw that may be coming into effect, not soon, but that's Spain for you. But Orihuela's councillor for transport, Bigona Cotero, revealed on Monday that taxi drivers will work from specific taxi stops, such as the Vega Baja Hospital, to guarantee that enough taxis are available in busy areas. She pointed out that her department will produce a report to establish how many taxis are available and how many are needed to guarantee a service. According to Senora Cotero, the report will be used to draw up a new taxi bylaw. She said it can also be used to design the joint taxi service area for the Vega Baja. She announced that she will meet with the Regional Councillor for Transport next week and ask him to reply to the proposal for the Vega Baja. It includes 8 towns: Orihuela, Pilar de Horadada, San Miguel de Salinas, Biestro, Benhusa, Los Montesinos, Rafael, Jacarilla and Benferri. Orihuela has a total of 42 taxi licences, while the other towns have 13 licences each. The aim is for taxi drivers to be able to provide services outside the towns that they are based in, especially during the summer season. As you all know, the taxi licences are issued by town halls depending on different requirements, and the drivers are only entitled to pick up passengers in the municipalities that they are based in. And as you know, during the summer there's really not enough taxis about anywhere. So taxis from Torrevieja, they can drop off the passengers from Torrevieja to go to, say, the Xenia Boulevard, but they can't pick anybody up to go back to Torrevieja, which seems a little bit stupid to me, but that is the law in Spain. Hopefully that will change, as if you remember that this year in September there was a law that allowed the Torrevieja drivers and the Orihuela drivers to drop off and pick up in their different locations there. And it did seem to help. There did seem to be more taxis about. So hopefully that will help things anyway. There are 2 sort of stories here. One, British population is on the slide, and then airport figures are back up. So we'll go with the British population is on the slide. Now, this story is, they're basically saying that the population of the British residents officially living in Alicante province has fallen by half in the last 8 years. According to the National Statistics Office, the number of registered residents from the UK stood at 130,302 in 2010, but the figure has now fallen to 66,397. A similar exodus of Britons has occurred in Murcia region, where the population stood at 22,000 8 years ago, but has fallen to 13,000 registered residents. Orihuela Council for Residents' Participation and Immigration, Sabina Goretti, revealed that the municipality has lost 3,000 registered British residents this year and pointed out that it might be a first consequence of Brexit. She said the population of UK nationals now stands at around 13,000, the same number as in the whole of the Murcia region. The dramatic fall in expat numbers has also hit other EU nationalities according to the figures. They reported that the number of registered German nationals in Alicante province has fallen by 60% and 53% in Murcia region. The populations of French, Irish, Belgian, Finnish, Danish, Dutch, Swedish and Norwegian nationals have also fallen. However, in contrast, the registered population of Russian nationals has risen by 58% in Alicante province and 7% in Murcia. Signora Goretti explained that in Orihuela, the number of Ukrainian, Chinese and Moroccan residents has also gone up. She noted that 35% of the registered population in her municipality are foreign nationals and said that Orihuela is home to 111 nationalities. Other nationalities are on the rise in Alicante province as well. The figures show that the population of registered Algerian nationals has nearly doubled since 2010 to 15,000. However, Moroccans are the largest non-EU community, with 38,000 registered nationals in Alicante and 78,000 in the Murcia region. So that's the one story there, that the population of British residents. Now, this could be because of Brexit. It could be but that a lot of people just haven't registered on the Padron, which is where they get all their figures from. So it could be Brexit, but I think it's more a case of the actual people not registered on the Padron, which shows up there in the figures. But then there's another story that I've picked up, and that the airport figures are back up. So first off, they're saying that the British residents are going down. As I said, that could be because of the Padron. But then the recovery of the British market in October has set Alicante Elche Airport back of the passenger number growth route after several months of figures falling in comparison to 2017. So the Costa's main airport registered 1,349,000 passengers last month, which is a 5.5% increase on the figure for October last year. It is the first positive figure since June. Over the busiest summer months, July, August and September, the average fall in passengers numbers compared to the same months in 2017 was 2%, mainly due to a noticeable fall in passengers from the UK. Experts blame the very low prices in rival resorts in Turkey for the fall. However, in October, British passengers are now responsible for the significant increase in figures. Almost 550,000 passengers arrived or departed towards the UK last month. And while international flight bookings increased, so did domestic ones, with 130,000 passengers from within Spain. So far this year, the airport has catered for 12.3 million passengers, and thanks to October's boost, the figure now represents a 0.8% increase on the figure for the first 10 months in 2017. Also, the route that will be reporting the largest increase in available seats this winter will be Alicante to Gatwick, where 268,000 seats are available. Next on the list is Alicante to Manchester, and then Barcelona came in a close third with 250,000 seats. So, as I said, one story telling you that there's a reduction in the British population in Spain or in the Orihuela region anyway. As I said, that could be down to a number of matters. But then there's quite a few people coming back into the country are on holiday in October. Two contrasting figures there. Let's see what happens. Everybody knows really that until we actually leave the European Union on 29th of March, I don't think anybody really knows what will happen. Let's see well on that one anyway. Now, people keep on about the toll-free AP7. Now, I did say a few weeks back that the area for us will never, for a while anyway, cannot be free, as it's still carrying on for quite a while, the concession. And unless they actually buy out the concession, they will never be free. But it will be the AP7 that goes from Tarragona to Alicante will become a toll-free motorway at the end of 2019. The concession on that one actually comes to the end of 2019, and basically the region have said that that part of the motorway will become toll-free. And tolls will be removed and will be free to use, was the quote that they said. And as well as the AP7 from Tarragona to Alicante, the Minister was also referring to the AP1, which is from Burgos to Armithon, and the AP4 from Sevilla to Cadiz. The concession for the AP7 on that stretch ends on December 31st, 2019. So at least one part of the major AP7, and I've always known that the Tarragona to Alicante City toll motorway is one of the most expensive stretches anyway. So hopefully, that'll be good news for people coming down through that part of the Costa Blanca or up in that area. But obviously, the one that we want to get rid of is the one that goes past our urbanisation. As that is, to be honest, quite a big pain for everybody using it, and that's why the N332, as you all know, becomes extremely busy during the summer period. Okay, well, that's it for now. A little bit late on this one, as there's not been too much news really to be able to report on. As I've said and posted on the Facebook page for the Dreamhills 2 area, I am looking at maybe launching a radio station for the Dreamhills 2 area, which will consist of music and chat. I'm still looking into this, and if I do decide to do it, everybody, as you say, will be notified anyway. So thank you again for listening, and I'll speak to you again soon. Bye bye.